Hey everyone, this is Sam Gould from NFLBreakdowns.com. In today's breakdown, we'll see if Matt Jones is ready to be the Washington Redskins lead back in the 2016 season after Alfred Morris signed with the Dallas Cowboys. In 2015, Matt Jones carried the football 144 times, averaging 3.4 yards per carry. He scored 3 touchdowns on the ground and another through the air. That's a lot of faith for a running back that didn't statistically stand out on this team. Let's see if the tape tells us a different story.
When I look at Matt Jones, I see a large man standing at 6'2", 230 pounds with excellent muscular definition. He doesn't shy from getting hit, and he runs with a bruiser mentality. He always keeps his feet moving through contact and is very difficult to bring down with an arm tackle. Jones is built for short yardage situations and third down pass protection. Jones is a grinder who takes every yard he can get, but he lacks vision at times and creativity to gain more than his blocking provides for him. A lot has to do with his impatient running style. There were times when Jones would immediately make a decision for the entire play pre-handoff instead of reading the blocking for cutback lanes. Patience and improving vision are key. On this outside zone to the left, Jones still gets 6 yards by breaking outside, but with the left guard gaining inside leverage and Trent Williams on the left edge having a muddied read, the correct move here is to cut inside through the weak side A-gap between the center and the left guard. The same issue happened later in the game where Matt Jones committed to run through the closing B gap between the right guard and the right tackle. He runs into his own man. On the positive side, full commitment is much better than lack of commitment in his own running scheme. He just needs to slow down and read his blocks. As the season progressed, Jones slowed down and became more comfortable reading the defensive line. Against the Bucs, All-Pro defensive lineman Gerald McCoy gets good initial penetration versus rookie right guard Brandon Scherff. Jones makes a quick decision, bending into the strong side A-gap, making his way up for a decent gain. In Week 15 versus the Bills, on this stretch run to the right, instead of immediately cutting through the open hole, he presses the right tackle, allowing the play to fully develop, and the right guard Brandon Scherff to set his block against the downfield linebacker. From a scheme standpoint, the Redskins run a mixture of outside zone, inside gap plays, and a sprinkling of sweeps and power tosses. Inside gap plays seem to be the Redskins' worst running play by far in 2015. A lot had to do with the poor blocking up front, which we'll discuss later in this video. The thing to note, however, is that the inside gap plays help set up the outside sweeps and power tosses, since the inside linebackers have to focus on filling the gaps by the combination blocks up front. This is what opened the edges. Sweeps and power tosses seem to be Matt Jones' best running play, since he had a natural lead blocker in front of him and didn't have to patiently read the blocks unfolding. Following a blocker helped slow him down. Against the Saints, the Redskins ran a power toss to the left, pulling left tackle number 71 Trent Williams and number 86 Jordan Reed. The defenders on the left side crash inside, opening up the edge of the field, allowing Matt Jones to escape for a 20-yard gain. Now when you have good blocking, running the ball is obviously much easier. But even on shorter yard gains, Matt Jones looked much better when he could use his full-length strides as opposed to being confined between interior linemen. Here's another toss play where Matt Jones gets excellent edge blocking and he is able to use a full stiff arm to keep a defender at bay for a gain of 7 yards. Ball security was a big issue for Jones. On this play, watch closely how he cradles the ball during and after the stiff arm. His elbow is out and the ball is away from his body. This has to be fixed going into the next season. This was the main reason why he fumbled the ball 5 times in 144 attempts. Let's look at his first fumble against the Rams. This is a power run to the left. Number 71 Trent Williams and number 89 Derek Carrier pin the blockers inside while number 77 Sean Laval and center number 78 Corey Lichtensteiger pull to lead block for Jones. Jones' elbow is far away from his body as he rounds the edge and throws a stiff arm. This allows Robert Quinn to strip the football from him. His other fumbles tell a similar story. Luke Kuechly strips Jones when the Redskins face the Panthers as Jones attempts to hurdle the two on the ground. Thomas Davis recovers the football. The other major issue the Redskins faced in 2015 was horrendous run blocking. Now, Bill Callahan is a great offensive line coach that helped build the Dallas Cowboys line into what they are today, so the hope is that they will continue to improve. But without a solid center, like the Cowboys have with Travis Frederick, the Redskins will continue to suffer in their interior run game. Also, the center is tasked with reach block and the nose tackle on the play side one tech, so any sort of outside zone stretch play will suffer as well. On the edge, the tight end is an important member of the group to seal defenders and help combo block. Jordan Reed, while a great receiving tight end, is awful at run blocking. The Redskins signed Vernon Davis, who should help in this category, and Niles Paul returned to the lineup from injury, which should help. In the passing game, Matt Jones was used primarily on flares, flats, spot checkdowns over the middle of the field, and on design running back screens. He He wasn't split out as wide receiver as frequently as the Redskins did with Chris Thompson. For my fantasy football friends out there, consensus rankings and average draft position have Matt Jones being selected at the end of the 5th round in a 12-man league. This typically means potential running back 2 usage or flex spot. With the lack of upside and level of risk Gruden offers by playing running back carousel, I would look elsewhere. If you can use him from off the bench in a good matchup, then maybe, but otherwise I'm not drafting him until he can prove to be an effective ball carrier in this offense. Well, that's it for me. Subscribe to my channel for my next video breakdown. You can find me on Twitter at SamuelRGold, and if you want to support my work with a donation, follow the link to my Patreon account on the screen.